In his quest to become the ultimate runner, MARM has stupidly and foolishly booked 2 ultra races to take place in 2024. The first, a 40-mile ultra happening in only 2 weeks, and the second, a 100-mile ultra happening later in the year and which is too dreadful to contemplate. Tired, undertrained and underwhelmed, MARM calls for an emergency intervention.
What am I doing? What am I doing? Why did I sign up for it? And it's coming up in a couple of weeks and it's 40 miles. And I've got to do that race, because if I don't do that race, the one in September, which I can't even think about, it's 9 months away, I'll worry about that then, is 100 miles. So if I can't do 40 in a day, my following race after that is worse and then worse again. But I just don't really know what I'm doing. Like, genuinely, I have no idea what I'm doing. In life, in running, in anything, just don't know what I'm doing. I need mentorship. I need Tris.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hiya, Tris.
Right.
How you doing? Good to see you. I am in need. Right?
Okay.
I think you've probably picked up on this by now.
Yeah, I watched the video.
I am very, very, very much in need.
It's Wychavon.
Right, okay. A couple of people have told me that. Right, okay. So, right, that is in 2 weeks' time. It's a 40 miler. I don't know whether I've got that in me, to be quite honest with you. I've done no training for it. It's in 2 weeks' time, so don't suppose you can really give me any tips on that. Is there anything I should be doing in the next 2 weeks that could salvage this disaster?
Pray.
Yeah.
So I guess the traditional fueling strategy would be to carb up the night before,
Right.
day before.
Okay.
So your pastas,
I can do that.
that type of stuff.
No problem.
On the morning, nothing too heavy.
Yeah.
So the traditional thing was like a bowl of porridge.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay. Don't do that.
No, it sits in your gut.
Right. Okay. So I would have done that.
Yeah. The thinking now is to have something a bit lighter, carby, but lighter, not so much fibre.
Don't just say that to me, Tris. Give me an example.
So
Sorry, that's a bit aggressive.
that's fine. Carbohydrate, sporty drinks, gels, carbohydrate bars.
Don't too many of those make you shit yourself though. They do, don't they?
Well, they can do.
Let's get to the chase, Chief. Have you crapped yourself on one of these runs?
Nearly did.
Right, okay.
Several times.
Yeah.
But that was down to too many gels and.
Well, that's what I've just said.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that's all you eat.
I'm sensing this is part of a pre-planned practical joke. You're telling me to eat loads of gels,
No.
and within 30 seconds I've uncovered the fact that you nearly soiled yourself as a result of doing exactly what you've told me to do.
Well, that's why I'm telling you not to do it now.
Right, okay.
Carbohydrate drinks are different. It's slightly. I did this pre-COVID.
Right.
Sports drinks and gels are much better now than what
Yeah.
they were then. I
A
know
couple of years ago.
I know.
Bloody Victorian times.
it was 2019, so it's like
Oh,
5
yeah.
years
There's
ago.
a lot of changes in sports drinks have
There
happened
is.
since then. You just got to look in the papers. Now, I'm going for, because I've got like a couple of pairs of trail running shoes now. I've got one pair of carbons that are quite light and fast and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going with them,
No.
because I'm thinking a carbon plate with 40 miles
Ow.
underfoot is going to kill, isn't it? So I'm going for something a bit more clumpy and a bit heavier, but a bit softer, I think. All right, got a gate to negotiate here.
Has he got grip? Is it how much he's off?
Oh, they're these. They're these. The Nike Wild Horse. What do you reckon to them?
Yeah, pretty good.
You were like a bloke at a tyre shop there for a second. He was going to go, a bit bored on the
It's gonna
offside.
cost you.
You have to replace both of them.
But the thing is, if it's like underfoot now,
Yeah, which I think it will be.
you don't want to be slipping and sliding around everywhere,
No.
because that's going to put extra stress through your ankles and your knees.
Yeah.
And your muscles are going to hurt like
In
that you
terms
don't
of
normally hurt.
like clothing wise, like what I've got on, is that going to be all right? This sort of thing, or is it layers? Is it a big out layer?
When I did my ultra, I had the same backpack on.
Oh, mate. Well, we'll cover the backpack in a second.
I've got a super duper one if you want to borrow it.
Well, don't say anything. I've actually bought a super duper one.
Oh, have you?
Any excuse. Right, so I have bought another one, but I'm still hiding it under my bed with all the rest of all the rest of the
What,
Christmas purchases.
This rucksack, I've had it for ages.
Yeah. Well,
I did that on my cycling gear.
what I should have done was brought it out today and just chucked it in the mud a little bit.
Kick it around.
Yeah. What this? Oh, I've had it ages. Well, you've seen
This
this.
old thing.
You've seen this.
Oh no, Tris lent it to me.
Yeah. Yes. And you better give it him back. You've had it 2 years. No, he says it's all right.
It's fine, he don't run anymore. But fine, they'll have a kit list as well that you'll have to take.
Yeah, they bloody do have a kit.
You'll have to have a reusable cup.
Well, I've got one of those.
You'll need probably some sort of first aid kit, a whistle.
Right, here,
These have a whistle on the
right,
thing.
These have got a whistle in there, right? Let's see if anyone comes. My hands are so bloody cold. And citrus.
Go on.
Right,
Does it work?
right, I'm
Then
down.
it'll work.
I'm injured. Right, I've crapped myself.
People are going to come out of these hands now.
No one's coming, are they?
No.
A dog
Someone
might
shout,
come.
just die quietly.
So you had the same pack as me, right, ish, when you did it, the same vest.
Yeah.
Now, I'll show you what I've got in mine so far. Hold that
Nothing.
for me. No. This is the net total, right? So when I knew I was doing an ultra, this is the purchase that I've made. Head torch.
Yeah, you'll need a head torch.
So I do need that.
Yeah.
Glass.
Especially this time of year.
I'll put that on.
I don't think you need it quite yet.
No, but I've got to get used to it. There's a couple of guys here running.
Oh, that's my mate.
It's your mate? Oh,
Karen, yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Isn't it odd? You said your mate, and I naturally assumed you were talking about the man. And then it was a female.
It was a female.
But what I would say is, Karen didn't even look twice at you, Tris.
She didn't. Well, most women don't, so there's no change there, is there?
I don't know why. Look at her. Who wouldn't?
Couple of middle-aged men.
No,
Oh, you've got bones to pick for you.
Why? What?
You're always slagging off cyclists, don't you?
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
avid middle-aged man in Lycra,
Yeah.
you always say we don't say hello. Who was the last cyclist to say hello to you when you were running in the morning?
Well, I don't know, but I believe it was you.
It was me. Good day, dear.
Do you know what though? I think that I was either listening to my music, or I was just lost in my own little world, or I just simply, the rudeness of cyclists in the past had just led me to believe that you wouldn't actually have bothered.
Dare look
okay.
down upon a runner.
What I will concede, I will say not all cyclists are rude,
Not me.
not all of them. There are some good eggs.
Do you think it's all the kit they wear with the sunglasses?
It's
And
crap Power Rangers. It's the kit. And the thing is, it's because I know what they're doing. Alright, they're saying, oh, you know, I'm doing it for my mental health, I'm doing it to stave off heart attack. They're not. It's a boozer. Right? That's all it is. They do about 2 miles, they stand outside a newsagent's or a pub and they just stand there canning it, boozing it, whatever it is, and then they ride back. Is that not what the situation is?
some of them potentially, yes.
Some of them potentially, right, I'll take that.
I'm doing it for mental health and not to have a heart attack.
That was such a This is, like, genuinely, this is a proper learning process for me because, like, you know that I've been doing pretty well the same thing over and over and over again.
And you're really good at it.
I'm good at it. So naturally, I don't like to challenge myself because I don't like starting again at the bottom. But this is all total new learning for me.
The thing is, you're not starting at the bottom. You've got a really good base of fitness, and you're a very good runner. When I did it, I had no idea. I am a bit of a blob, and so
No,
that's
you're
why
not,
that's why I'm a cyclist.
You're a beautiful man.
And so I'm not built for running. Let's put it that way. You are.
Right. I'm gonna have to take that.
Morning.
Morning.
Did you say that?
No, you didn't say that.
Morning.
He did. Right, there's a difference. Mountain biker.
Oh, don't
He didn't
talk
say a
about that.
bloody word.
I have a mountain bike, but I hate it.
Right, we're going down there, Trish. Right, tell you what, let's go
Hi,
down.
Karen.
Hello, Trish.
You right, ain't you?
Yes,
Told you.
The bloke who was with Karen didn't seem too impressed, did
Oh,
he?
I don't know. No.
Hi, Karen. Who on earth is that? Tell you what, that was the weirdest hello. Like, she said, hi, Karen. It's like you were making a point.
I was,
and she didn't
to
know
you.
what the... Yeah, no, she didn't know that, though. She's just like a bit aggressive. You did your double marathon, right?
Yeah.
And you were with people, weren't you?
I was with two mates.
Did they run off or something? Or were you on...
No, I was with them. I would say I was the weakest link out of the three.
Yeah.
So, but I find I work better if I'm behind someone, being paced, almost. I can't run alongside like now. I'm always sort of just behind you.
Yeah, a bit like Anton Deck, aren't
Yeah. I'm the same on a bike. I don't like.
we? Hang on.
So I always ran about 10 metres behind them, but always maintain that distance.
Do you think
It's psychological.
Do you think at some stage, morning, good morning.
Thank you.
Do you think at some stage they thought they'd lost you? Like, I would have stayed just long enough behind so they thought I'd gone, and then listened to what they said. Like, you know, oh, thank God we lost that bloody.
Oh, it's useless.
Checker.
He's always behind us.
Oh, thank God he's gone. Are you going to wait for him? No way. Useless. Let him
My
die.
mate, one of my mates, all he wore was lycra shorts. He didn't have any over shorts on.
Yeah, we know what that is. Bloody
And all I
exit.
did was, for 50 odd miles, he was in sky blue lycra shorts, and you could just see his butt wiggling in front.
And you just see like a little dark patch.
And he had like that real narrow hip, almost like a
Yeah,
walk,
you were
like that.
you were really lucky, weren't you? You had this narrow hip.
Just this like what he ran like this,
Oh, you should have.
and it's kept me going all the way.
It kept you going. I bet it did.
Kept-
Moving on from that, you said you'd done a bit of research into my timings and all that sort of stuff.
yeah, I did look at the 40 mile
Yeah.
and looked at like an average runner,
Yeah.
say, and it was about 7.5 hours
Yeah.
for 40 mile. And I think my maths might be wrong. It was around about 8.5, 9-minute miles.
Okay. So I probably need to be going slower again then.
Yeah. Now that is a flat with that was treadmill running times.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Then I looked at 100. So that was around about 15.5 hours
Yeah.
on a flat treadmill, which is about 8 miles an hour or something like that, or 8-minute miles or whatever it was. Now I looked at the last year's winning time,
This is why I need you.
and it was 19 hours and 55 minutes, give or take some change. If you finish in under 24 hours, you get a special coloured ribbon or a special medal. If you do it, and the key is to do it in 32.
Right.
So for you, your goal maybe should be just to do it in the 24, just to try
Just
and
to get the
finish
ribbon.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just to try and do it. But you have to factor in stop times and all that stuff, going to the toilet, having some food,
Yeah.
walking up hills, crying, all that malarkey.
Can I ask your opinion?
You can,
Right. 2 weeks time, 40 mile. Whichever way? Whichever way.
whichever way.
Right. Do you think I can do that one?
Yes,
Right. The other one.
the 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got till September. You just got to get.
That was a less convincing yes.
Well, no, as long as you put the time in, I have no doubt if you went out tomorrow, you could do that 100 miles,
Right.
but it would be messy, horrible, everything would hurt. You'd be off work for a week, and you'd crawl around the
Now
last
you're talking.
30 miles,
Yeah.
and it would take you 3 days.
Right, cheers Tris. Well look, there's so much advice there, and thanks for doing all that research, because I mean technically it's stuff that I should have done myself.
Yeah, well, I just,
It's laziness. That's why you're my mentor, you know. Right, any kind of final reassurance, any kind of final thoughts that you could give me?
I think as you get older, your ability to suffer becomes greater due to life. The fact that you're probably not going to get another go at it. Well, no, if you start and do like 80 miles and then do not finish, you're not going to go back and go,
No, all
do you know
right.
what I'll do next year? You probably go, do you know what, I'm in my mid-40s, whatever, life's too short. So,
Yeah. I wasn't
it's
sure
only
where
like a
you were
one
going
and-
with this, Tris.
It's only like a one and done, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right actually.
So your ability to suffer becomes greater. Arguably your slow twitch muscles become better
Yeah.
rather than your fast twitch, so you're less good at sprinting but better at endurance.
Okay.
So your whole way that you feel yourself changes.
You become less emotional when you're older, don't you? Well, that's not true actually.
You become hardened.
Yeah.
Do you know what? As I got older, I've actually become more emotional. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I've actually become more emotional.
No, and I agree with you about like there are certain
Like
things.
watching the repair room, a repair shop.
There was one the other day where she bought a painting of Prince Charles II in. I don't know if you saw it. Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, I did.
That was in flames.
Anything on there makes.
And then there was another girl who bought her a Grand's engagement ring in.
Oh.
I mean, it was absolutely shagged, this ring. And Jay Blades and a couple of the lads in the back had a whack at it with a couple of hammers. She came back in. Like, yeah, no, it got me. The repair shop.
There was one where the whole team came out and they were all crying. And I was just in floods.
That seems staged. Starting work Monday.
Start work Monday. Solihull Chiropractic Clinic. Get yourself booked in.
Put the link in the thing. But how are you feeling about it?
Excitedly nervous.
Yeah.
I think it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a master's degree, not just a degree.
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
So 5 years doing that. Got a first, which I didn't expect.
Yeah. I think any of us did. Trust.
No. Sonia was more happy than me.
You know, if I was a member of staff at a school, which I am, I'd probably put in for a remark.
Now I'm having not nightmares, but interesting dreams about treating people. And I have been sort of since Christmas. So it's something I've trained and I've worked within the industry for a long time anyway.
To be fair, if they're coming to you, they're already in pain, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you do something and they get worse, they're not going to know it's you.
Well, ethically, I'd have to tell them, but
yeah, the thing with ethics, Tris. But look, I did say this to you the other day, like, because I texted you to congratulate you or anything, and you were very modest and dismissive about the whole thing. I do mean this. Like, you must. Someone told me this, right? You must take time to celebrate and mark moments where you've like made a big success. Like, that is a huge achievement. And like, you know, without wishing to sort of like sit you on one knee, like, you must take time on Monday to think, right, how much it's taken for you to get there, how far you've come, right, and just to take a bit of time to enjoy it.
Thank you. I mean, I'll be sat there in my nice new chinos and shoes.
I love a pair of chinos.
Rather than tracksuit bottoms and trainers.
Yeah. But do you know what? Chinos, particularly if you get elasticated cuffs at the bottom, can be a bit like a jogger. Well, Tris, thank you so much for doing this,
My pleasure.
For coming out at the crack of dawn and for dispensing all, like, genuinely all this really, really good advice. You're a legend. Right. And do you know what? I might even FaceTime you on my way around.
Feel free. Next week, the week after.
Don't book me in. Don't turn around
I'm
and say,
teaching. It's the 27th.
No, it might be.
I'm teaching. I didn't say I'm a technique instructor for Chiropractic College up in Manchester.
Irrelevant.
So I'll be it's a teaching day for me. Sorry.
Irrelevant.
Well, you can FaceTime me or send me FaceTime me on me.
Will you pick up the phone?
If it's in the day, no, because I'll be teaching.
What do you mean no?
Well, I can't. I'll be teaching on my first day teaching.
Well, what is more impressive for your students to say, here's this guy who I've taught to... Well, we'll discuss this later. I'm not happy with that.
Like fake robins and they attacked them, right, ripped them to shreds, and then to the point where you even put out like a tomato and a red pepper and they attacked them.
Really?
Yeah, they're evil.
You look at this little guy here and you think, he's a sweetie. Look at him.
He's sizing you up. You got a red top on, mate.
No, it's maroon. Don't let it get me.
Burgundy.
To be honest with you, you'd have a word with him, wouldn't you, and say, look, you need to pick your battles, pal, because I'm an ultra runner and this is my mentor.
To be fair, I'd back in this.
You reckon?
Yeah, he's hard, isn't it?
Look at that little beak.
Or at least
he looks like a racist to me as well.
it's got that look.
He's got that look about him. He looks like a real
Bigoted Robin.
What are you doing around here, son?
Oh yeah, what are you doing? I don't like your lot round here.
Go on.
What, runners? You bang out of order, pal.
Oh, he's really cute.
He is.
Has your son got an air rifle?
No.
Call yourself a father. You haven't got your son an air rifle. He's a teenager.